You said you want to lock in, but every time I turn around, or every time you turn around, you keep finding yourself in toxic situations. You lay on that bed, scrolling on that phone all day. You binge watching TV shows until they watch you. And then on top of all of that, you got the nerve to sit here and say, oh, I want to be rich. Oh, I want a better life for myself. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. But you keep repeating these same cycles. Welcome to Locked In University. Oh, what kind of university is this? The teacher sitting here with a white beater on, sitting in this beanbag chair. See, you already worried about the wrong thing. I gotta pull out my notes and teach y'all a little something. Come learn you something. If I can get my iPad unlocked. And while we talking about locking in, y'all, these glasses are not my glasses. They too big for my face. I done accidentally stole somebody's glasses. I don't know whose prescription these are. I thought these are my blue light glasses, and I don't know where I picked them up along the way. But because we so locked in to getting y'all locked in to making this video, I had to wear them for the aesthetics. Okay, so before we get started, let me tell y'all about this revelation I got from the good Lord. We hear all these people yapping, all the young folks saying, oh, the great lock-in this, the great lock-in that. That's what we're doing in the fall. The great lock-in. That's what's trending right now. So I want you to think of the seasons as like we're baking a cake in the oven. So the summertime, we was preheating. We was warming up. It was hot outside. We put in the oven on 350 and we really turning up like we young and turned right. We having a good time. We happy. We spending time with our friends, spending time with our family. We outside. We in the street. We doing what we need to do. We're feeling good. We're feeling energized. But subconsciously deep down, we're thinking in the back of our head, okay, this is going to come to an end. We know we're going to have to start cooking up in a little bit. So right now it's the fall. The oven is at 350. The preheating is over with. Summertime is over. So now we find ourselves in the fall. So at this point, we just now getting placed in the oven. So we cooking it up. We cooking it up right now. And the reason why we are locking in right now is because we're currently at the perfect temperature. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's the perfect time to really focus on ourselves and get locked in. And the summertime, it had us feeling good, had us feeling motivated. And now the leaves are falling. And so are our bad habits. So we are no longer claiming those bad habits. They are not going to be a part of us anymore. They are no longer a part of our identity. So boom, now we get to the winter time. So like we said, we baking a cake and we're in the oven and we're starting to rise. So those habits that you started building up now in the fall, they're starting to rise, right? They're starting to come up. They're starting to make you a better person. You're starting to internalize them. Like, you know what I'm saying? They starting to form together. They coming together. So as the cake is coming together, the cake is becoming more solid versus liquid. That's what we're doing. We're becoming more of a solid. And those habits are becoming more solid within us and they're becoming a part of our identity at this point. So slowly, they're starting to build us up to the next step. It's cold outside, but inside we getting better and better at the things that we want to get better at. And we're doing it on the low key because we're tucked away in the oven because we're getting ready to rise to the occasion, right? Okay, and then boom, springtime in Paris. We about to spring out that oven because now all these habits that you build up, the good habits that you done built up, you done left the bad habits behind. Now the good habits are part of your identity now. You stayed down until you came up, and in the springtime, we blooming a fresh new start. The flowers start back blooming and you are blooming into the beautiful new person that you are because you worked so hard in those other months to build up that time to stay down until you came up. And now we get to reflect and blossom into this new beautiful person that we are. Okay, so now that we got a little analogy, I love a good analogy. That was something that just came to my head and I was like, I feel like I should share that with y'all because God put it on my little heart. So what is the great lock-in, since that's what this whole thing is about? So like I said earlier, baby, the younger crowd coined this term, coined this trend for the season that we're in, the fall. Technically it started September 1st, but me being the procrastinator that I am, it is September 27th right now that I'm recording this video. But that's one of the bad habits. That's one of the leaves that's gonna fall off of my tree. And so some people say that the great lock-in is from September 1st to December 31st. And I feel like you can set it to however you want it to be. If you want it to be that long, or if you want to set a time limit on it, sure. Yeah, because you know a lot of people also do the winter arc as well. So I'm guessing maybe the winter arc will start January 1st. So we're gonna say the great lock-in is until December 31st. And so to me, the great lock-in, and to you, it should be whatever you want it to be. None of our goals are the same. All of us have different goals that we want to do. Some people might want to lose weight. Some people might want to save money. And the great lock-in is when you are gonna focus on what it is that you've been putting off. Maybe for the new year, maybe it's something that you put on your vision board and you just haven't got to it. And so this is the time now where you're really about to lock in and get that done. So it's not like 75 hard where you have these set of rules that you have to go by, like the 2 workouts a day, all this other stuff. Even though this is Locked In University, you make your own rules. I'm just here to help you figure out what your rules are going to be and yeah, how you're going to guide your way through that. Okay, so the biggest question is, so how do I lock in? Like, what do I need to do? What steps do I need to take to really lock in? How am I going to know that I'm locked in or not? Like, am I in or am I out? So like I said, all of our rules are different for what the lock-in is going to be. Like I said, the great lock-in is going to vary from person to person. My lock-in might not be what your lock-in might be. So the first step that you must do is to identify what it is that you need to lock in on. And oh my gosh, Jazz or Professor Jazz, Professor Jazzy B. How do I do that? How do I lock in? Like, what do I need to do? Oh, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you some tips. And we'll deep dive into this in later videos because this will be a series. So y'all subscribe. To keep in touch with Locked In University, you need to enroll in my class and it's free. So Yeah, why you not? So one of the ways that you can identify what it is that you need to lock in on, you could make a list of all the things that you do throughout your day if you can memorize it. So say today is Saturday. Think about what Monday would look like for you. Make a list of all the things that you do from Monday, from even the most simplest mundane tasks to more complex tasks. And I can show y'all an example of my list. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna mark your good habits and what's your bad habits. And that can kind of help you to guide you as to where you want to go or what you want to focus on, or maybe what's some bad habits that you want to get rid of. This can be your guide to figure out what it is that you need to do. And to take it a step further, if you can't sit here and think of every little thing that you do on a normal day, maybe throughout your day, so that you can journal it and go through it at the same time. Each thing that you do. So boom, you have to be at work at 8:30. First thing you do in the morning, you wake up at 7 a.m. You want to write that down. Okay. Good habit. Thank the Lord we done woke up. We done got to see another day. Okay. But then as soon as you wake up, first thing you doing is rolling over and grabbing your phone. So boom, bad habit, because yeah, we don't want to do that. We increasing the anxiety for the day. We killing the vibes already off rip. So that's an example of how you can go throughout your day. Be intentional with it, but don't cheat, and try to go through your day as you normally would, so that you can actually be aware of what it is that you're doing. Don't be guilty trying to journal it, feeling like, oh, I'm journaling it, so let me not get on my phone this morning. No, you need to be self-aware and check yourself. You got to check yourself. Okay. Yeah. So that's just one way that you can go ahead and identify your bad habits or identify what it is that you need to work on. But if you already know what it is that you want to lock in on, then you're already one step ahead. So you may not have to go through this entire process, or you may still can, just to be aware of what it is that you do, because I probably need to do the same thing again. So yeah, if you already know what your bad habits are, maybe like doom scrolling, like me, yeah, you already one step ahead and you already know what your bad habits are. So step 2 of how to lock in. This is probably the most important step. Yeah, this is probably the step. Create your environment to fit where you want to be. Listen to that. I'm gonna say it again. Create your environment to fit into the person that you want to be. Okay. So what that looks like is your room is a hot mess. Baby, your mind is a hot mess. Okay. Don't take this as if I'm judging, because my room was a hot mess. Like, my room was a hot mess. I was going on vacations. Ever since like summer vacations, like I've been thrown off. So I've been going through a whole decluttering thing for the past like week or two, and it's probably gonna take longer than that. And even today, like now that I finally did my laundry, I've deep cleaned my kitchen and my bathroom, I'm starting to feel more, you know what I'm saying, open to do things, open to get more things done. But yeah, if you need to create your environment to fit where you need to be. And honestly, you could do this step before you even identify what it is that you need to work on, or it could be part of something that you need to work on. It's whatever works for you. Another example of creating the environment for yourself could be if you want to limit your time on TikTok, if you want to limit your screen time in general, or on Instagram, you just scrolling all day, you get to laying on your bed after work, and next thing you know, it's 7 o'clock because you've been scrolling for 2 hours since you done got back from work. Well, Buki, if you want to limit your screen time, then why don't you have restrictions on your screen time? Like, that's just a way to create your environment. And if you anything like me, I have my screen time limited. But as soon as that screen time be getting up, y'all, and I need to stop, I be giving myself an extra 15 minutes, and then I end up hitting those extra 15 minutes about 4 or 5 times, and then I just spent a whole nother hour on social media, which I need to stop. Which I don't have TikTok right now completely anyway. I just had TikTok Studio, and that's been another good hack. So like for me, I'm trying to be consistent with my content creation, but also taking a break from doom scrolling on social media, and TikTok is one of those ones. So yeah, I just have TikTok Studio to where I can still post, but I won't be all into TikTok. So that's another hack. Another way that you can hack that is maybe get a person that you trust, maybe a friend, maybe not a coworker, maybe a mama or somebody. Get them to, you know how you can set up your password for your screen time. Maybe have somebody set that password for you for those certain apps, so that you don't even know the password, so you can't even bypass it. Like, if you got to go that hard on it, like, that's just what you got to do. And it's no shame in it, because I feel like a lot of people are addicted to their phones, but you taking a step to trying to get rid of that addiction is, yeah, it's already a good step forward. But like I said, we will get deeper into that about creating your environment. We'll get into that deeper into the series, because like I said, right now I'm just trying to give you the key points, just trying to give you some things to think about, because don't think that just because this is a YouTube university that you're not gonna have homework, because you are. Okay, I hope you heard that. You're gonna have homework. Okay, and just to be a shameless plug, a lot of this that I'm telling y'all now, it kind of seems like common sense, but you also need a reminder from it. So I read this book. I read this book, Atomic Habits. If you haven't heard of this book, you probably live under a rock. This is a great book, a great read. It tells you in a simple way how small habits can change your life to turn into bigger habits. And honestly, after this book, that's when I started getting more consistent, not necessarily on YouTube, but I started getting consistent with my short form content and just setting myself up and being more cognizant about, the things that I'm doing, and how certain things can trigger certain behaviors. If I lay in my bed before it's time to go to bed, I'll probably end up scrolling on TikTok all night. Or if I lay in my bed, I probably won't study for my school, for my personal trainer certification, like stuff like that. So yeah, this is a good book. I'll link it down below. But yeah, this is a great book for the great lock-in, just to get you going. And it's an easy read. It's not a whole bunch of hoopla. It's a really nice read. Back to the regular schedule program. And so this is something else I learned from Atomic Habits. Another way that you can lock in is to make it satisfactory. And you can do that by setting yourself up with a reward program. So this don't mean, y'all, like, oh, if I go to the gym today, I'm gonna go eat. Every time I go to the gym, I'm gonna eat 2 scoops of ice cream on a waffle cone every single time I go to the gym. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because I used to do this, like, if I went to the gym, especially in my younger days, probably, like, you know what I'm saying, when I was like, 5 years ago. Yeah, like, I would feel like, oh, I went to the gym or I did this. I can just eat whatever I want to eat. And that's just not the reality of it. There's nothing wrong with rewarding yourself in that way, but you still have to be moderate with the things that you do, if that makes sense. Like, it's no shame in it at all. Like, don't ever feel ashamed. But if your goal is to lose weight, it might not be ideal to reward yourself with a plethora of foods that aren't going towards that weight either. So, like, for example, say I go to the gym 5 days. If I go to the gym 5 days this week, then I will buy myself a new gym outfit. You know what I'm saying? That's real cute. That's real motivational. However, if your plan is to save money, you don't want to buy a gym outfit that's very expensive out of your budget. You still want it. You still want your reward to align with your goals, if that makes sense. Like I said, but that's something else we can dive into. But it could be something reasonable. Or, oh, I got all my work done at work today by this time, so I'm gonna spend about 30 minutes, kikiing on TikTok, laughing on TikTok, doing whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's cute. That's real cute and fun. But you have to keep it moderate, okay? Because it has to still align with your other goals. The last thing we're gonna get into is, what the freak do I even lock in on? Like, all these people are doing all these different things. So what do I lock in on? Or how do I choose what to lock in on? Do I do all these things at once? Do I just pick one thing? Like, how do I do this? And my answer to that is pretty much like I explained earlier. You are gonna lock in on whatever you feel like you need to lock in on. So, like I said, if you make that list of habits, say you wake up too late for work, say you get on your phone first thing in the morning, you might want to lock in on limiting your screen time. Or you put your job before your job before a relationship. Maybe you want to work on your friendships with other people. I mean, it could be the gym, it could be fitness. Maybe you want to build community. You live in a new city and you want to make some new friends. So you want to set some goals you want to be intentional about going out and trying to meet new people and introducing yourself to people. Maybe you want to go to the gym and meet some new people. So you decide, I'm not going to wear my headphones in the gym. I'm gonna go introduce myself to someone so that I can, build some community where I'm at. You might want to try some new hobbies. You might want to learn a new language. It can be anything that y'all want it to be, y'all. October 1st is about to come. A lot of people were saying that Q4 started September 1st. No, baby, it don't start till October 1st. I don't know why everybody thought that. It feels like it because, it's like the fall. It's the last, you know what I'm saying, all that. Maybe y'all got a different fiscal year or something. I don't know. Anyways, my advice from this video, what I am going to do is I'm going to take 3 things that I really want to focus on. It doesn't mean that you have to limit yourself to 3, but I'm picking 3 things that I really want to put my focus into and that I really want to go hard on. One of my big 3 is my content creation. I'm trying to become more consistent with my content creation and trying to post on a regular basis, build a community within my social media platforms, and just create, like I said, just create that community. Because we need that more than ever right now. Even in real life, like, just building community as well. Like, that's some of your big 3 may overlap with other things, and that's fine. Just as long as you have a clear vision of what it is that you want. The one is my fitness and wellness. I'm really just trying to stay consistent with my fitness and my wellness routines. One way, like I said, create your environment. One way I'm making this easier is I'm about to do my first training program. It's a 6-week training. It's a 6-week training program. It's a 6-week training program by my favorite YouTuber, Talia Joelle. Y'all probably have heard of her before, but she's doing like a 6-week training program, her and her friend Ariel. And it's real cute. Like, it's like a little group chat and everything. And it was only like $30. It doesn't start until October 13th. So I still have like a few weeks. That itself will help me to take the decision factor away from me having to come up with my workouts every week. Now I have a plan that I can go by. And it also aligns with my goals of wanting to tone up more. And with it being not as expensive as having a personal trainer, it falls within my budget. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm embodying the advice that I'm giving y'all. My other lock-in factor is just elevating my overall style and appearance. And that's not even just my outer appearance. So even just the appearance of my space, like your room, like how you want your rooms decorated, or keeping a clean space at all times. I'm decluttering right now. Like I said, I'm about to donate a lot of clothes. I'm about to get rid of a lot of stuff, and I'm just about to revamp my closet. Like, that's something I really been wanting to go in on because I want to wear clothes that make me feel good, especially for work. I really just want to elevate my style in that way and just see what styles I like, figure out what it is that I do and don't like. And like, it's just that simple. And also with my hair, y'all know I post my natural hair videos. I got it tied up in this little bun right now, but don't let the shrinkage fool you because we got inches over here. But so just working on my hair care, that's also a part of my appearance. Just really taking care of my hair and giving it the love and treatment that it needs by using good quality products. Miss Beyonce, love her down. And Pattern, Miss Tracy Ellis Ross. Just really sticking to my routine because I've gotten lazy. You know what I'm saying? All of us get thrown off sometimes, and I'm really just trying to get myself back on track in those ways that really make me feel good. Lastly, the last thing I got to say before I tell y'all homework: absolutely do not. I'm looking y'all dead in y'all eyes when I tell y'all this. if you don't take nothing else from this video, this is not a isolation leads to elevation video, baby. This is not it. Because as we all know, daylight savings time is coming up for my US people. So them clocks about to go back and it's about to start getting dark at 5 o'clock. And you do not want to push yourself into a dark time, into a dark corner, thinking like, oh, I have to isolate myself to elevate myself. Like, no. Like I said earlier, you need community. You need people that support you. If the people around you feel like they don't really see your vision, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily like, oh, I gotta cut them off. Or some people you do. Don't get me wrong, some people you do. But everybody just don't be at that level that you are right now. And that's okay. Like, surround yourself with people with that same vision. Like I said, introduce yourself to somebody in the gym. Maybe like meet a trainer, do something. Form a group, form a book club, do something. But yeah, do not isolate yourself thinking that that's the only way that you are going to get to where you need to be. Because yeah, you need people. That community is what's going to help you get to where you need to be. Yeah. And like I said, the season's about to change. Seasonal affective disorder literally stands for SAD, SAD. That's literally the acronym. We don't want to amplify that. And so to close this thing out, like I said, we cannot be in university without y'all having some homework. So this is what I need you to do. And this is what yourself needs you to do. What you are going to do is you are going to create a list of your bad habits, and you are going to identify your bad habits, and you're going to identify your good habits just to make yourself aware of it, right? And then after you identify what your good habits and your bad habits are, kind of audited yourself, right? You audit yourself. Then I want you to pick your big three, what you're going to lock in on. If you feel comfortable enough, share it in the comments. And if not, you don't have to share it in the comments. It's cool. Keep it to yourself. Keep it between you and God. But yeah, so that's your homework. Class is in session. Like I said, tap the subscribe button. It's free to enroll. And yeah, I'm really going to try my best to drop y'all some gems. Really just be as relatable as I can be, because like I said, I'm going through the same thing too. And I'm not perfect. I've been laying in my bed all day, procrastinating, even recording this video. And it's like, it's 8:30 at night. And yeah, I've been stalling this all week. It's not too late. But what did I do? I finally got up and started. And now I feel good because this was only like 45 minutes out of my time to sit here and do this. So yeah, we jump started, and y'all gonna do the same thing. So see y'all in the next class.